All right, we have two big political headlines for you. First, we hear that there's a meeting tonight for the GOP that Paul Ryan may or may not say he wants to be leader. We're going to talk about that. And you see this? This is what the Democrats say tell the truth of what's going on with Benghazi. And this report is a whole lot of nothing, meaning there's no proof that Hillary Clinton should be held accountable for anything. Let's talk to Representative Lynn Westmoreland, a Republican from Georgia and a member of the Select Committee on Benghazi. I guarantee you he doesn't agree with this report, and he joins us right now. Congressman, thank you for being on New Day. First, is it true that there's a big meeting tonight at 7 o'clock for members of the GOP, and Ryan may get there and either throw his hat in or say, I don't want to be leader?
I don't know if that's the purpose of the meeting or not. They said it's to go over the debt ceiling, XM, and, the continual funding of the government. But we don't know what it's about. That's what they've told us it's about. So we're going to go at 7 and try to pay attention.
If Ryan throws his hat in the ring, are you with him?
Yes, I am.
Why?
Well, I mean, we've got to do something to bring everybody together, and I think that most factions of the party agree that Paul Ryan would be somebody that they would have confidence in, and that's what we need right now. And so Paul may be the guy, and I'm certainly going to support him because the majority of the conference supports him, and I think that's the one thing about being a member of anything is that, once the majority goes with something, if you're going to be part of the team, then that's what you do.
Well, it's important also to note that the reason Paul Ryan has been weighing this is for a really excellent reason. He's thinking about the toll on his family and how much he'll be able to see his kids because that's so important to him. He's not just playing politics with it. I think that's worthy of note also. All right, so we'll find out what happens tonight at the meeting. Now let's talk about this big fat report in my hand just days before Hillary Clinton comes before your committee. Basically, for all the pages in it, I don't even know, hundreds of pages in, 125 pages without the appendices. Basically, it makes one point. Of these 31 or so interviews that they reviewed, the Democrats, of what happened before the Select Committee, nobody has anything like a smoking gun that says Hillary Clinton was doing anything nefarious with respect to what happened in Benghazi, any kind of cover-up with Benghazi. What do you say?
Well, Chris, it's interesting that this isn't about Hillary Clinton. I mean, it's unfortunate that at the time our mission was attacked and 4 Americans died trying to defend our country and represent our country in a foreign land. It was a mission facility, which is oversaw by the State Department. And so it's not our fault that she was Secretary of State. And, if you go back and look, she is in charge of these diplomatic security facilities. So, this isn't about Hillary. She just happened to be there as Secretary of State when this tragedy occurred. If John Kerry had been there, we'd been doing John Kerry. If Colin Powell, we would have been looking at Colin Powell. So this is because of the position she held. And for the Democrats to say she didn't have anything to do with it, I think that's just a little far-fetched.
Well, what they say is that there's no proof that she did anything wrong or nefarious with respect to it. But let me ask you about your assertion that it's not about Hillary. I haven't heard that from anybody. Everybody who has something to do with the committee says it's about her. It's about why it's about her. But why are you stepping away from that premise that this is about Hillary?
I'm not stepping away from it. It's never been about Hillary. It's always been finding the facts and following the facts to the truth. And that's what Chairman Gowdy and our committee has constantly tried to do. We are trying to gather the facts. And unfortunately, the State Department has stonewalled every request we've made for information. It's just like pulling teeth to get this information out. And now, unfortunately, it has gone on for such a period of time because, you only get a dribble of information. And if you've done any type of investigative work, you know that one key bit of information can lead you to something else. And that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to find the facts to get to the truth. And
what do you believe still warrants curiosity at this point after all the hearings, the several different committees, all the interviews that have been conducted? That's the speculation, right? This has gone on longer than Watergate. It's cost so much money.
Listen,
why?
Well, let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
If you were investigating something, wouldn't you want to know the emails of the guy that was there that was murdered and what he had asked for as far as help from the people he worked for? We've just now gotten those emails. We have just now gotten them.
What do they say?
Nobody else had requested them. I haven't had a chance to read them. We didn't get them until day before yesterday. But the point is, Chris, is that even though all these different committees have had hearing on it, they haven't had all the information. And that's the one thing Chairman Gowdy has insisted on, is that we have got to have all the information. Do you think we care about Miss Clinton's yoga lessons or Chelsea's wedding? Absolutely not. But if it pertains to Benghazi or Libya, we want to see it.
But there have been several internal reviews already that did look at the ambassador's emails and did not find any reason to pursue any type of action against those that were involved.
What internal reviews?
The State Department looked at it themselves. They had their Inspector General.
The State Department looked at it. I mean, you know, that's kind of like the, you know, the rooster in the hen house or whatever. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Well, look, I mean, I think that's an easy, cynical assumption to make. But you don't want to undermine the confidence in our institutions, do you? I mean, you don't trust the State Department to conduct its own business?
What I'm trying to tell you is when you got an agency that's investigating itself, that just doesn't sound right.
Well, absolutely.
And I don't think the American people have any confidence in an agency investigating itself.
You always want transparency, but at the same time, as you know, every government agency, including Congress in both houses, has the duty and responsibility to review itself when their actions, right? When we want to find out about ethical violations of congressmen, we always have to wait for you guys to do your own review of the situation, right? That's how it happens.
Well, I mean, there's an outside ethics commission, too, that we have. So, I mean, it's not all internal, Chris. So
I understand that, but I'm just saying that they have been looked at.
The point of it is, yes, it's been looked at by the people that were supposed to be providing it. We're just asking for a fair shake and let us get the information and determine where it leads us. I mean, that's what we're about. This committee is about finding out the truth of what went on before this attack, during this attack, and after this attack. That's it. And there's different players involved, and you know, if they're involved, that's unfortunate for them.
Representative Westmoreland, thank you for your perspective on this. We look forward to the testimony, and I'd love to talk to you after it.
Thank you, Chris.